Electrification of transport is currently happening fast. Regulation is pushing passenger cars, but also buses and trucks, towards an electric future. Nations and cities have set themselves carbon neutrality targets, and it is impossible to reach them without clean transport. Some cities have established zero-emission zones to regulate the amount of air pollution, which again requires zero-emission vehicles. Modal shift towards more sustainable transport modes is also being pushed. It is good to remember, though, that especially for commercial vehicles, there is still a need for cars, vans, trucks and buses to exist in the cities. All transport is not only person or personnel transport. Electric vehicle adoption will really speed up when a price parity is reached with other fuel options. With passenger cars, the purchase price is important, but with commercial and public fleets, the life cycle cost matters. Electric buses have already reached a point when it can be cheaper to operate an electric bus fleet than diesel. In some use cases, the life cycle cost can reach a parity right now, also in electric vans and trucks, like in city deliveries. The change towards electric transport is, however, one of systemic nature. As the refueling of the vehicles is creating a sector coupling between transport and energy, it requires a holistic view in the planning of the operations and charging infrastructure. Cities are at the center point of this change. The electrification of transport will enter all vehicle categories from light to heavy, and all of them will require suitable charging infrastructure. Creating solutions in silos is not cost efficient. As an example, some charging infra could be shared between different users or vehicle classes, thus lowering the capital spending on chargers. This could also speed up the uptake of new electric vehicle classes with the availability of chargers. Cities also face challenges with the deployment of the charging infra. For example, how to most optimally use the expensive land for low-profit operation, such as heavy-duty vehicle charging. Are the current policies, contracts, or permitting hindering or slowing down innovative new solutions from emerging? Cities' role here is mostly being enablers, so easier permitting and land use for charging will be required. There are also risks involved in making the choices about electrification of transport. How to mitigate the risks, maintain the reliability of the public transport systems, and to maximize the impact from the investments in charging infra. The answer relies in good planning based on data. I have two concrete cases on electric buses from two different cities. First, the city of Helsinki started their journey 10 years ago with single bus pilots, then expanding towards ecosystem development to enable piloting, and finally having a pilot phase where different public transport operators had a chance to test electric buses in different bus lines. All this pre-work helped in creating the correct procurement methods and ecosystem for reliable commercial operation that is currently being scaled towards hundreds of electric buses. Helsinki is currently also piloting sharing of charging infra. My other example is from Santiago de Chile. They shifted from old and polluting bus fleet to having the second largest electric city bus fleet after China. How did they do it? The planning was able to rely partly on the pre-work and experiences from Helsinki and other cities. An important part was the use of simulation of the bus lines and testing of available vehicles to generate data for finding out the best approaches for them. By making educated choices based on data, the city of Santiago has been growing their electric bus fleet with an exhausting rate. So, how to get on the fast track for electrification? My key takeaways would be collaboration and data. Bring all the stakeholders together. Create ecosystems and alliances for the implementation. Engage all the relevant stakeholders. Enable low threshold for piloting new solutions and services. Make data-based decisions utilizing simulation tools and measured data from pilots. Start from the low-hanging fruits and work towards the more challenging cases as the technology is developing fast. Bring down silos and barriers. Remember the systemic change. Electrification of transport is not only a change of fuel.